So I'm just doing this is the end of the second chapter. And I was not, and literally, I'm just doing a type along and just changing it for what needs to be done. Uh, so as this is coded now, this is the base out of the book. You know, you're basically in this exercise, this last part, you're changing the facing so that when you move left and right, the player character will will face left or right. Um, they're giving it a string. I would have done an enum, but whatever. I'm just doing it the way. And because you don't have an enum, you have a string. And I guess in the older Swift, you didn't have to have a default because it's a string. You have to have every possible case, right? So you could have any string there, right? So you have to have a default case, even though you're setting it. You can't set it to. You're setting it either L or R, right? But anyway, the thing I want to show you here is I, this is kind of interesting. So and I noticed, right, he's doing the hypotenuse. This is X versus the position X where you're hitting, and Y of the player. The player is a little blob versus where you're hitting your button. So watch this. Maybe this will be a little. So so one of the things you've done is you've locked remember, like before, if I clicked up there, he would go up there. Uh, you've got it a constraint, so he's locked to this thing here, right? Now, the further you are away, the faster he'll go, right? So let's try to just go from here to here. And if you're always in that same plane, because you're taking that hypotenuse, it's always going to have the constant speed of about 0.7, right? So I'm kind of going one unit where I'm clicking. But if you go up here, we'll go right up and go the vertical, right? Because now it's the magnitude of this. See how he goes faster? It's the same X. Right. See? So let's change this. I would rather him always move at a constant speed, if that makes any sense. Alright, so it's equivalent, still 0.7. And then if you go up here, still 0.7. I'm about even with that, right? Anyway, and so I don't know if you notice, when I click this way, he's going that way. And then what we'll do over here is we'll change this guy. So player, this is the extension. And we'll just add another extension, or add another enum. And you don't have to say string or anything. Let's just say case left, right. And let's go down here. It's also interesting, they don't go like raw value or anything, but we don't have to do that. So let's go left, right. Get rid of this. And we'll change this to cannot find left. Okay, because this is the enum, you have to go dot. You could either go direction dot right like that, but because it's a type, you can just go just like so. And then over here, right, same thing. You could go the enum type and then say right, but it just makes it a little, I like, because it knows what the type is. And I never actually did this where I changed the, whoops, wrong one, took it the wrong one. I never actually changed this thing. Hold on a second, what did I? Alright. Not bad. Let's see if we can actually pick up. That's alright, let's try let's do put in a simulator. Maybe with that's my phone, that's my iPad. I guess you can't pick a device runtime, which is, I don't know enough about it, about how to build for the Mac. Let's look at something else here. Let's open it up. This is for a Mac. Build any Mac. So there's no choice there. So let's try to go back. iOS. Can't. I guess if it's universal and you're running on a Mac, it has to be iPad mode. Alright. Let's change it like that. Seems it's the same speed.